Hello and welcome to another episode of Scott Reads Comics. Today I would like to cover 4 issues of Marvel's greatest comics starring the Fantastic Four. So this covers issues 37, 44, 58, and 59. And we're going to take each one in turn and page through. I probably don't cover enough Jack Kirby comics on this show, so we're going to try to address that throughout the course of 2025 and give the king his due, a little more representation. And it starts here. Now, when I was a kid, these issues were readily available at Ides Comics, which at that time was located on 11 Federal Street in the north side of Pittsburgh. Now it has since moved to the Strip District neighborhood across the river. So these were the way that we were able to consume Kirby Fantastic Four, because remember, in the late 1970s, early 1980s, there weren't a lot of reprint collections to be had. So these published reprints in single issue format from Marvel were what we had to work with. And these comics, while having the 20 or 25 cent price tag, were readily available, cheaply gotten. And the other nice thing, and my friend Jan reminded me of this, and he sent me these 4 issues. Probably hoping I would cover them on the show. These were produced from the original color plates of the first runs of these stories in Fantastic Four. So these are the most faithful newsprint reprints of those comics that you're going to get. Because anytime after this, they had redone those color plates, and so you're not going to get the original true color. So this one, issue 37, actually reprints FF number 50, a really historic issue featuring Galactus and the Silver Surfer. It's right around the first appearance of those characters. I believe they first appeared in 48, maybe. But they weren't very good about marking when these, what issue they were reprinting. So while this is, again, Marvel's Greatest Comics 37, it reprints FF number 50, and it does it, this is in 1972, and the original FF would have been in the mid-60s that this covers. So we have an incredible splash page, obviously, with our principals here, minus the Human Torch. We have Galactus, Silver Surfer, Sue Storm, then the Invisible Girl, Mr. Fantastic, and, of course, the Thing. Script, Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, art, inks, Joe Sinnott, and lettering, Sam Rosen. And so this is early Sinnott Kirby team up here. And we can see the slickening effect that Sinnott has on Kirby, which I actually really like. It's not quite as pronounced as it will be in later issues. I think in those later issues too, Kirby is kind of doing less and less, putting less and less in while they're still spectacular. You know, you experience ennui when you're on a title for years and years and years, and I think Kirby slowly realized he wasn't getting his due, both monetarily or even from the fans and what passed for the comic press at the time. So, fantastic first Galactus encounter where we have the Surfer has turned on Galactus and decided to aid the Fantastic Four. And of course, here is the Watcher, Uatu, some early Watcher. And where is the Human Torch in all this? Oh, I love this panel here. As for me, I do not stand silent, motionless, due to lack of concern. Long have I cherished the stumbling, bumbling, but always aspiring human race. Yea, even as I utter these words, I am in mental contact with the Human Torch. I am guiding him through a maze of endless galaxies, protecting him from the ravages of infinite space. So awesome. The Torch is on a space mission. And I believe, and I love this Kirby crackle here. It's so great. I believe I think he was trying to obtain the ultimate nullifier, which was supposedly going to be, yes, the weapon that scared Galactus into leaving the Earth unconsumed. Meanwhile, the Surfer has turned on his former master, and yes, here it is, that fateful page. No, Galactus, it is you who will perish. For we have found the weapon at last, the ultimate nullifier, in the hands of a human. In the name of the eternal cosmos, put it down. Your feeble mind cannot begin to comprehend its power. You hold the means to destroy a galaxy, to lay waste to a universe. And, should the universe crumble, can Galactus survive? You did this. Only you had the power. Only you the will. You have given a match to a child who lives in a tinderbox. Agreed. This world belongs to these children. Is my action not just? So we have two cosmic entities kind of trading barbs here. And of course, Galactus is going to relent, but in his own manner. And odd too, at the time, I guess they didn't care about this stuff as much. But we have a staple page, a center page where we have an ad on one side and art on the other. I'd love it to be art on both sides. But of course, the thing, his usual torturing self is jealous of Alicia Masters' affection for the Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer now knows he is trapped on Earth. Couple ads, the Great House ads here. Double Dynamite from Magnificent Marvel. 2 great hits on sale now. So Marvel Superheroes, another reprint title, and then this Where Monsters Dwell. Really cool. So this is a flashback story, I think, yeah, with the thing thinking about his past. So yeah, he's really depressed here. And here we have first appearance of Wyatt Wingfoot, which is cool. Very great supporting character. Later, paramour of the Savage She-Hulk. And he becomes Human Torch's roommate at college when he goes off to college. So, great first issue in our 4-issue survey here. Let's move on. Issue 44. Oh, and I should mention, issue 37, obviously this is not the original cover. This is a Gil Kane cover, which is really cool. Distinctive Gil Kane marks here, especially that face on Sue Storm. And it's weird. I'm not sure how they decided on these reprint titles, because here we have an original Kirby cover, and we're going to alternate again with the next 2 issues that I show off. This one, too, oddly, is in the worst shape of the 4. But still very readable, staples attached. It's a nice, I love reader copies of comics like this because you're not afraid, you don't have to be precious with them. Where stalks the Sandman? So this one reprints FF61, but this reprint was reprinted in 1973. So we are 11 issues later in the FF's continuity, but only 7 issues from our previous issue that we covered in the reprint numbering, if I haven't confused you terribly. So things are going haywire here at the Baxter Building. Let's quickly check our credits. Yeah, Joe Sinnott again on the inks, Stan and Jack doing the story and art. And at that very moment, in a heavily guarded castle in far-off Latveria, we find... So the Silver Surfer has been captured by Dr. Doom. I'm not sure how these guys expect they're going to hold him. He might be partially depowered because I don't remember the details of the previous story, but here his board comes and frees him. And then a solitary figure strides forth. The great, glistening, glowing figure of the Silver Surfer, the mysterious emissary from the furthest reaches of space, whose power surpasses all mortal understanding. So love the Kirby crackle we're getting here. Just fantastic. As I say, when I read all these old stories, I wish we knew who the colorist was, because that person really deserves some kudos. And I'm just sad that they did not credit the colorists at this period in comics history. And here we have our titular villain, the Sinister Sandman, making his appearance. Love the straight-on panels from Kirby when he throws those in. Really great. Just a brilliant page designer, brilliant character designer. There was obviously no challenge Kirby couldn't overcome in terms of design and story elements. And this is so great. I love this. I have to read this line. Of course, you should have known it. After all, the Sandman isn't too easy to forget. During your absence, I took the advice of my old partner, the Wizard. I took a fast refresher course in science and then designed a new costume for myself. After all, now that I'm the superior of the Fantastic Four, I might as well look the part. His confidence is incredible. He stands before the greatest fighting team of all, alone and unarmed, and speaks as though he's in command. So we get a really great fight sequence here between the Sandman and 3 members of the FF, including Sue Storm, the Invisible Girl. I think Johnny's probably still at college. Meanwhile, we have a flash across the world to the Great Refuge in the Inhumans, and Crystal, who is in love with Johnny Storm, wants to rejoin him. At this point, Quicksilver has not entered the picture, and she shows up right in the middle of a college football game. And Torch is going to join his friends in battle. Really awesome. Always loved the way Kirby drew the Human Torch. Human Torch, I would say, easily my least favorite member of the FF. But still, the FF wouldn't be the same without him. I get that. I love Mr. Fantastic's ability to stretch and increase his size at will. Really cool. Here's that Kirby 4-panel page design that we see him sprinkle in now and then. And again, here is where I wish we would get some colorist credits here, because this green here, just switching to this spectral green with the Kirby crackle is just so amazing. And it looks like, yeah, they're going to exile, they're going to try to exile Sandman to the negative zone. And Reed Richards gets thrown there too, and he's trapped as well. So they're going to have to rescue him. I don't have the next issue. I do have Marvel's Greatest Comics 46 on the way. I found a really nice copy for not much money, and I just went ahead and ordered it from eBay. So I'll probably share that at some point, because it has, I think it's the first full appearance of Blastar, and I love that villain, one of my favorites. Next up, issue 58, and here's one of those. I think this might be a Rich Buckler cover, because he might have been doing the regular title at the time. So this one, they actually, of the 4, this is the only one with a note in it, originally presented in Fantastic Four 76. So we have Lee, Kirby, and Sinnott again, and lettering this time by Artie Simic. And they're going to the micro world in this one. This one's pretty cool. The Silver Surfer has fled to the micro world to, experience the wonder of a place he hasn't seen before, because he's been trapped on Earth. And this is really great stuff from Stan. Like the innovation here, the story innovation, the ideas behind this are just striking. Really get you thinking. And look at the Kirby delivering on the script here with this incredible. We've seen the Surfer in space plenty of times. We've seen lots of characters flying through deep space and the negative zone, but this is yet another different, distinct locale that Kirby is able to bring to life with unique flourishes, this micro world. At last, I am free. So he is feeling that sense of freedom again. And his power cosmic allows him to shrink himself down and explore this world that he has discovered. But the FF need to get him, bring him back, because Galactus is on the way to consume the Earth again. Somehow he's going to renege on his previous deal. And they need the Surfer to intercede in some way. And they battle him because they can't bring him to his... Rather than directly try to communicate, the Surfer's too slippery. He won't talk to them. He thinks they want to bring him back. And they do. They have to fight him, essentially. So we get a fight, and they're outclassed. The Silver Surfer is a godlike being. And here we have a nice center staple spread with art and story on both sides, which I love. And, of course, Kirby was a master at designing android foes and robotic foes, and this one's no different. Psycho Man's going to send this killer android after the FF, and he is going to, and there's that 4-panel design again. Here he's going to make short work of Ben Grimm. But the FF, never count them out as a fighting team. They're going to band together here. But they can't seem to make a dent in this guy. Nothing can hurt him. Nothing can stop him. Nothing. And now he's about to attack again. But we can't let him stop us. We have to find the Surfer before our time runs out. So here Galactus is menacing the Earth, contemplating. I wonder where the Avengers are at this time, or any of the other heroes. I'm sure they're all busy doing other things. So they finally get through the Surfer, and he just waves his hand and makes this robot disappear, this incredibly powerful robot. And he agrees to help them. Next issue, the power of Psycho Man. So we're back to our original Kirby covers again. And this one was published in 1975. Shall Earth Endure? Another Stan the Man Lee and Jack King Kirby, Cosmic Creation. So this was published this was reprinting FF 77. So we're 22, Kirby has 22 more issues. I think his last issue was 98 or 99. So he has 22 more issues before he's done with the FF. He might have made it to 100, I forget. Correct me in the comments if I missed it. So yeah, featuring the mentally induced power of Psycho Man. So again, we get these incredible techno landscapes and environments that Kirby is effortlessly illustrating. Just a tremendous, and keep in mind he's doing 2 other books a month at least. Thor, and he might still be doing Captain America at this time. But yeah, this is just tremendous. And of course, the Surfer returns to the real world, to regular Earth. He leaves the micro world, and he's going to go talk to Galactus and try to convince him, let me find an alternate for you. There's that 4-panel design again. Let me find an alternate to eating the Earth. I'll find you a different energy source. So Galactus relents. He lets him leave Earth. He removes the barrier that traps Silver Surfer, as long as Surfer is going to go and find an alternative for him. Meanwhile, the FF are tangling with Psycho Man. Even though they need to get back, Reed Richards decides that, hey, we have our chance. We're going to try to take Psycho Man out. And really great. Well, Psycho Man is supreme in his realm, including manifesting incredible physical power. Whether it's illusion or not, it doesn't matter. It accomplishes the same thing. And we're going to get a really cool alternate version of Psycho Man. Oh, and we have our double-page spread, and we get the 4-panel arrangement again, which I love so much. Look at this. Wow. Well, things seem to be looking up a bit for old Mother Earth. Now, if only we could say as much for our bewildered little buddies. That's them, walking single file along another of Jolly Jack's somewhat spectacular street scenes. So it's pretty great when sort of Stan breaks the fourth wall with his script and acknowledges just how gonzo amazing Kirby's artwork is in these stories. Just incredible. The ability to communicate perspective, scale, and then break those rules effortlessly was one of Kirby's greatest gifts as an artist. And here is that awesome, like, built-up, transformed version of Psycho Man. Man, I would love to have a 28mm figure of this. It's just so cool. Here he is battering the thing. And the first to feel my matchless power shall be the misshapen monster you call the Thing. Since your primary weapon is strength, I will show you what naked strength really is. And here we get the Kirby crackle on overdrive in these 2 panels. Really awesome. And oh, so cool. Ever inventive is Kirby with his ability to draw robotics in android forms. Look at that fan. That's really cool. He's blowing the torch out, literally. And meanwhile, the Surfer has successfully found Galactus another source of cosmic energy to consume, some uninhabited rogue meteor. Thus, I now ask that you set me free, free to roam the skyways of space, free of my bondage to the planet Earth. Your request is denied. So long as life endures, I must ever know where you shall be found. So, in a way, Galactus kind of wants to keep the Surfer on Earth, not only as a punishment, but as a way he can easily grab him if he needs him for some other task. Though I may not return for countless millenniums, all must be as now it is. Such is the will of Galactus. So the Surfer, again, tragically stranded on Earth. And the FF make a peace of sorts with Psycho Man, warning him about the presence of Galactus. Psycho Man believes them because it is true. And they, while not parting as allies, at least he lets them leave. And in fact, he sends them back using his own unique powers to control his subatomic realm. You did it, Reed. We've won. We all did it, Johnny. But our victory is meaningless unless the Surfer has done his share. Yeah, let's hope we still got a world to get back to. And of course, they do. But as they soon shall learn, Earth endures, although a new and different danger awaits them. Next, the end of the thing. So yeah, what a great survey through what I think is one of Marvel's coolest reprint mags of this 70s era, giving us all of this incredible Fantastic Four goodness in the original colors, which is so vital to experience it the way folks would have done in the 60s when these came out. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends. I'll bring you more soon on Scott Reads Comics. Thanks for watching.